What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna run you through my full day workout, my full body workout. Tuesday I hit a full body day, but I'm gonna separate this one as full body B, and I'm gonna call Tuesday full body A. This is because on full body B I had more importance on legs and chest. I didn't do that much arm workout. I didn't even do bicep curls. What I actually did was focus, train the muscle groups twice a week because that's the goal. I want to hit chest twice a week, shoulders twice a week, legs twice a week, but mostly work on those compound movements where I get to do a lot of muscles at the same time, like bench press, where you use your chest, shoulder, triceps, and do like those compound movements twice a week. That's my goal because it'll transfer over strength pretty well. But also, I let the isolation exercises like bicep curls only once a week because I'm not training to be a bodybuilder. I want my training in the gym to be a supplement to help me increase my strength in jujitsu and in wrestling, and hopefully one day in judo because I do plan on starting judo next year. About that, also, I want to give you guys some updates. I will be posting my physics video. I took a video of me solving a physics problem, like a review of my example test, and I will upload that so y'all can learn from that and see if it shows you any value. I'm taking physics 1441, and if y'all are taking that course and need help on it, feel free to watch my video. Okay, so let's get started. So start with the first clip. Today I started off with barbell bench press. I told you last time that I did the machine bench press because it was more stable, but today I just wanted to see how much it transferred over because I did the stable machine chest press and I was able to work up to 3 plates. Here's a clip background, like a clip of me hitting 3 plates, and I was able to see I felt strong, right? But I wanted to see how much that would transfer over. So I did barbell bench press, and I was able to work up to 225 for three. That was pretty well. I started off by warming up with 135. Then I did 225 for three. I asked for a spot. That's the downside though of doing bench press, in my opinion. That is that you have to ask for a spot. Well, personally, I hope you do because, like I don't want y'all to like do a bench press and then y'all die. Hopefully, I don't want that to happen to y'all. So I always make sure to ask for a spot when going heavy, and that does take a little bit of time. It doesn't take too much time, but I kind of preferred the other one where I could just work on myself and focus on myself. For those people who are more introverted, I'm not introverted like that, but that might be a variable as some other people might think. The next, I worked up to 3 reps of 225, and that's actually a pretty significant increase in strength because usually when I do bench press, I used to only be able to get up to 185 for like four, and I did hit 225 before, but only for 1 rep, and I was basically just like pushing it like like that for for a little bit, you know. So the next exercise I did was front squats. That's including my friend Alejandro. He pulled up. He's a friend from my high school, and I happened to see him there at the gym. I did front squats with him, and I also did my clean and jerks. So for let's start off with clean and jerks. With the clean and jerks, I warmed up with 25 on each side. So that's I think one no, I think that's 115, and then yeah, no, 95 pounds like total with the bar because 25 plus 45. That's 95 pounds. And I'm starting off slow because, I'm not that good at clean and jerking yet. So I'm barely relatively new to it. So I'm trying to work up from there. And actually, today I was able to work up to 1 plate. I did 1 plate, did the full clean, squatted down, got up, and then pushed it back up with the shoulders. To be honest, that's the hardest part, like pushing it all the way to the top of the shoulders. Now my form isn't perfect, obviously, and I'm trying to improve that. So if y'all see any improvements, if an Olympic weightlifter is somehow watching this video, please feel free to let me know in the comments. But yeah, I was able to work up to 135. I tried to go for 155, but I failed it. I did get the actual power clean cool because I've gone up to 185 doing the power clean, but I wasn't able to push it over a shoulder. That's the hardest part in my opinion. So I worked up to 135, got 3 reps on it, and that was it for that exercise. Then I did front squats with my friend Alejandro. It's pretty cool. I showed him a cool technique. I didn't record it, but I should have. But I did it in one of the other sets that I'll show you right now. It's a good way to warm up for front squats or to focus on your positioning. You put the barbell on your shoulders like this. So if you look right here, and you keep your arm out like this, because I saw this. Oh, by the way, I saw this at Squat University. It's an online social site. It's an Instagram. It's a profile, and they're really good at helping people like Olympic weightlifters and power lifters to get better at their squat positioning and able to export a lot of strength. And one of the drills that they do to to improve their posture and bracing is that they do the front squat with their arms out like this. They keep the barbell here, and then they squat down and hold the squat like that because it forces you to keep an upright position. And that's what I'm trying to improve in that aspect. And I did that with the 95 pounds on top. With 95 pounds, I did 2 reps of that, and then I switched to a traditional grip, which is like this. Or in other cases, some people go like this. Either way is fine, whichever one you prefer. When I do the clean and jerks, the power cleans, I use this grip right here, if y'all can see. But in the front squat, I use this grip right here. It's the same thing in my opinion. I just think this one's more comfortable for me. To each their own. Y'all can find out which one y'all like the most. And I was able to work that up, and I actually helped Alejandro. So if you can see in this clip, he actually did get really good depth. His depth is actually as to grass, so it's pretty well. And yeah, and then I did the same way, the same thing, and then we moved on to hip thrusts. So we kind of felt like like females doing hip thrusts because you only see like mostly like gym girls doing hip thrusts, and we were there and we were trying to hip thrust. It's kind of awkward at first, but I had to get used to it because I don't hip thrust like that. But it does have a lot of benefits in jujitsu because there's a lot of positions where people are mounted on you and you have to post and do a kipping escape, which is a good mount escape where you basically hip thrust in the air and then suck your legs in to able to create space. And and that could actually help out with a lot of bridging too. You know, when you bridge in wrestling, you go on your head and you bridge back, and you kind of like hip thrust there before you do that. So hip thrusts actually are very powerful and good for you in the grappling sports, and that's something I did work on. So I was able to get up to a 45 and a 25. There's a clip of me doing that, and I personally think that hip thrusts are good for you in that aspect because they do build explosiveness and stuff like that. So if you do notice that in this full body day, I did do 3 leg exercises. When in full body A, I only did 2. I only did power cleans and front squats. I did put a little bit more focus on the lower body today because I do feel like that's something I do need to work on. You know, I don't want to say I have stick legs, but I do want to focus more on explosiveness and stuff like that because that will transfer over a lot in my jiu-jitsu game and wrestling and judo one day. the 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 next exercise I did after that was chest dips, and after that I think I called it a day. I did chest dips. Oh, before I forget, yes, yeah, before I forget, I also did the underhand lat pull downs, and that was for my back. So for my back today, I hit 2 exercises, which was the underhand lat pull down, and then I also did a reverse fly. The reverse fly is an isolation exercise, and it's for the rear part of your delt, the back part here, and that's the one I did for that because I do want to train a lot of people. A lot of people neglect their rear delts, and yeah, that's what I did for the back part. You can see the clip of me hitting the rear delt flies. If not, you're already seeing it. So I did rear delt flies, and then I also did the underhand lat pull down for my 2 back exercises. So for the underhand lat pull down, I use a specific attachment, which is one that holds your arms like this, and this makes it easier to pull with your elbow. So I usually pull like this to my hip, and that helps me engage a lot of the lower part of the lats, and it helps out a lot for me. I do feel it a lot better, and I do feel a good pump after that. If you can see the clips of me doing that. But the actual grip is like a little like V thing like this. And if you look at it, I'm just pulling it like this. Pretty cool. Finally, I did finish off with chest dips. And for chest dips, I did body weight chest dips. Last time I did it on a machine, and actually, I thought I wanted to do a little bit more on the bodyweight exercises because I do know that a lot of high world grapplers, a lot of wrestlers, they're really good with their own body weight. They could do headstands, they could do front rolls. I mean, I'm able to do a front roll on a cartwheel, and I'm able to kind of like do a lot of head bridges with my neck. But I do want to get better at my body weight, be more used to being comfortable like managing my body weight. So I will transfer that over by doing these dips, and also I will also want to include pull-ups instead of the underhand lat pull down, which is something I'll change to next session. And yeah, that's what I hit for for my full body today. I had a full body B. So if you think about it, I hit chest, back, and legs, these common 3 groups, twice this week, which is really good. And then I trained jujitsu, grappling sport on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I hit it 4 times this week, and then tomorrow Sunday I'll probably go to the open mat. I'll probably try to get some clips for y'all. But yeah, so for the upcoming videos that I plan on posting, I'll put y'all onto my pre-med guide. So these are the things that I'm doing to try to get better at getting my chances better at getting into med school. Because I don't know if y'all know, but y'all don't know, obviously. Y'all don't know me like that. But I also do research, I also do research in electrochemistry in my school. And I also have an upcoming course that I got into in my fall semester, which is in biology research. And hopefully I got this opportunity to get into biochemistry research too. And I'm a state registered EMT, so that's where I get my clinical hours if that's what y'all asking. And I plan on moving into medical scribing because I want to try new experiences in the hospital also. But enough said, I'll show y'all that in the pre-med video. I'll upload that of what you can do or what I do, what I did for my pre-med years. I'm entering my junior year, so I still have time, and I can tell y'all my work in progress. So these physics videos that I'm going to upload, they're for educational purposes. And also you can use it for MCAT review if you had because in the MCAT you do have physics section, you have biochemistry section, you have organic chemistry section, you have general chemistry section. And I am planning on prepping for my MCAT, which I plan on taking next year. So these videos, I'm gonna start uploading these educational videos, serve as a review for me, because if I'm able to teach it to somebody else, then that means I know the material very well. So I hope y'all find educational value for my videos. Um, I hope my videos help y'all out in the physical aspect too. And thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a blessed day.